What's going on, good people? It's Will. I just want to talk briefly about lasers, pros and cons, and why I personally don't use them. So now, when I'm talking about lasers, I'm not talking about IR lasers that you would use with night vision. I'm talking about the visible kind that's visible to the naked eye that would project a red dot on your target, right? So pros of that type of setup, whether it's on your pistol or whether it's on a rifle, right? Which technically that's a pistol too. Pros are that you don't have to get your dominant eye behind, or your eye, if it's a rifle, behind the sights. So you don't have to line the gun up with your eye in order to acquire your target, right, or to aim the firearm. If you're running a ballistic shield or anything like that, you can put the weapon on the outside, put your dot on whatever you're aiming at, and fire your shots. If you're in an awkward position, like under a car or maybe under a barrier where it's really hard for you to get your head behind the gun, works as well, right? Same thing. So that's the major benefit of the laser. I don't believe in the put the dot on someone's chest and they surrender. One, if you have a gun pointed at them, they're probably not going to be looking at themselves anyway. But that's the major benefit of running a laser, is that you don't have to get your eye behind the weapon. How many times are you going to be in that kind of situation? Probably not often. Probably not often enough to warrant having a laser. Can't hurt to have it, but it's not going to be a game changer in most situations. Now, cons, it is slow. So there's a reason why the fastest shooters in the world do not use lasers to acquire their targets, because it is slower than running a dot like I have on this gun. It's slower than running your irons. So if you're trying to transition from one target to another, or even just get up on one particular target, it is slower to use your laser than it is to use your sights on your firearm. So for some people to think that they're just going to buy skill and say, oh, I'll put a laser on my gun and now I can't miss, or I'm going to be suddenly more accurate, that's not true. So really, to me, lasers aren't necessary unless you're running IR and you have night vision, or you're someone that runs like a ballistic shield or something like that. One more pro, I guess you could say, for the laser would be if you're dry firing, what you can do is turn your laser on and put it on your target. When you press your trigger, when you're going through your drills, the laser will give you some feedback, just like an optic like this will give you some feedback. So if you have any kind of impurity in your trigger press, or if you're healing or anything like that with the gun, it'll show up on your target, because your dot on the wall is going to turn into a streak, and you'll be able to see if you move the gun left, right, up, down, or any combination of those. But still, as a training aid, that's a waste of time. So again, I'm not a big fan of lasers. If you want one, get one, but don't think that it's going to make you a better shooter, because it's not. Let me know if you have any questions.
You know about, give me the 14, when it's 14, me kill 14, what you know about, AR-15, the class 16, make it not just start spin.